Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to be taking a look at all the books that I want to read for the month of December. So let's just jump right in. So there is a horror readathon happening that myself and 3 other girls are co-hosting or hosting, and it is the Scary Little Christmas-a-thon. I always get that messed up. So Scary Little Christmas-a-thon, which will be running from December 14th through the 20th. If you want to see what books I plan on reading for that readathon, just go take a look at that video and you will see there. So obviously, these are just books that I plan on reading for the rest of the month. I have 3 books that are part of buddy reads, group reads, book club reads that I will be sharing with you at the beginning. And then I do also have a lot of ebooks planned for the month of December. I have slacked when it comes to my NetGalley e-arcs, so you will see 4 of them featured in this video. I really need to get through all these books that I keep requesting and don't review. So I want to get some of those in. I have bought a lot of ebooks in the month of November, especially for Black Friday. I believe it was Undertow Publishing that had a sale on all their ebooks. They were $1, so I bought 11 of them. I'm planning on reading at least one this month, at least. And yeah, there are a couple other Christmas themed books that I want to get in. So let me show you everything that I want to read. Okay, so we're going to start off with the readathons or buddy reads or book club reads that I am participating, hosting, joining in on for the month. The first one is actually hosted by my friend Dana over on Instagram, Danish Must Reads. I will link everybody down below. So if I mention somebody, their Instagram or anything, I will link them down below. So go take a look at them in case you want to join any of these. But she has, her and her bestie always do a monthly book club, and this is the first time that I'm joining in, and it is for the 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. I don't know anything about this book. I saw the cover, I saw that it was Christmas, I knew that I wanted to read Christmas themed things. They're doing a buddy read, so I just joined in. This cover is just so holly and cute. So yeah, this is book number 1. Not that I'm gonna read it in that order, but there you go. The next book that I'm reading is for the buddy reads to die for. I've mentioned them uber amount of times on my channel because I always, every month, join their buddy reads. Again, it's hosted by Jessica, Chandra, and Janelle. I will link them down below. But this month's book is Little Cruelties. I don't even know who the author is because I don't own the book physically, but you guys can look here. So that is the second book I will be reading for the month of December. The next book that I'm going to be reading is going to be for the Stacks of Strange book club. If you don't know what the Stacks of Strange book club is, it's just a book club that I host right alongside of Rain, Carol, Deja, Kat, Amy, and Crystal. We all just get together each month and pick a weird book. Like, I'm talking the weird of the weird, and we read it. So for the month of December, we are going to be reading The Library at Mount Shar by Scott Hawkins. I've had this here for a really long time, and so I'm just excited that this is the book that we picked for the month. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that it's December's pick, so I'm reading it. We always do host a live show at the end of the month. I don't know when the live show is for December, so just be on the lookout. I will most likely post it onto my Instagram, so if you're not following me, go ahead and follow me so you do not miss any of the live shows or monthly reading books that we have for Stacks of Strange. Alright, now we're gonna get into the e-arcs that I want to read that are from NetGalley. All of these books have been released already. I am not on time to review any of these, but I really do want to get them in because I need to start dwindling down on my NetGalley library because it is out of hand, and I keep requesting books. Like, I don't have enough already. Mental, I know. So the first one that I will be reading is Do Not Disturb. I'm so sorry I don't have the authors of any of these books. Well, some of them I do know by heart, but I don't know who the author is of this one, but I will put a picture up over here. The next book I want to read, also an e-arc, is Lobisona by Romina Garber. I've had this for a while. This was a most anticipated book for me because it has to do with an Argentinian folklore, and you guys know I'm Argentinian, but lo and behold, it just fell through the cracks and I never read it, so I really want to get it in for December. The next e-arc that I want to get through is The Nesting. This is a book that my friend Chandra has raved around. Also Gabby from Gabby Reads recently read it and fell in love with it, and I've had it for months on my NetGalley shelf. So I finally want to get to it. It has so many rave reviews that I am dying to read it, and December is the month that I am doing so. And then the last and final e-arc from NetGalley that I want to read, I have actually started, and I started this back in August, and it's The Raven by Jonathan Janz. I got halfway through the ebook, and just because it's an ebook, it's really hard for me to remember or even think about the books that I have on my Kindle, and so it just fell through the cracks again, and I was really enjoying the story, so I really want to finish that book that, again, I started back in August. The book released in September, so I'm like, okay, I'll read it in August, I'll have my review up, and it never happened. It actually released on my birthday, so oh my gosh, I'm horrible. So that's another one I want to read. All right, now that we're done with the NetGalley books that I want to read, I do want to read another ebook that I just bought on Black Friday by Undertow Press, and that is Sing Your Sadness Deep. It is a collection of short stories, and I actually got this recommended by Sadie, Mother Horror, over on Instagram. She had posted about the sale, and I had asked her, okay, like, what do you recommend? And she recommended this one, and I bought 11 books. But this is the first one that I want to read because it was recommended by her, and I trust her reading suggestions. So I do want to get this one in December. Hopefully, possibly read another one of those books that I bought on Black Friday, but I can't promise anything. But I am starting off with this one, and the cover is just so cute. I love it. And then the last two are just books that I want to read because I want to read them. The first one is In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. Need I say why I want to read this? Number one, I mean, this cover, I loved it. But number two, it is a holiday kind of book, so I want to get it in. Possibly read this and the 12 Dates of Christmas closer to Christmas time, all cozy. So this is another one. And then the last and final book that I want to get to, and I really want to get to this one because story time. I read the first book of this trilogy, I want to say about 2 to 3 years ago, and I really did not like it. And it wasn't that I didn't like it because the book was bad. I just didn't like it because by the time that I finished the book, I was so confused that I just got frustrated, and I was just like, I'm not reading the rest of this. This is a book that's very beloved, and throughout the years I've thought, well, maybe if I would have continued to book 2, some of my confusion would have, you know, melted away, and I would have started liking the series. And so it always stayed in the back of my head how I wanted to reread book 1 and then jump into book 2 to see if maybe that helped. Well, I did reread that book, and the book is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I have battled myself with this book, and every time I see somebody post about it and say how great it is, I'm just like, okay, I must have missed something. There's a lot going on in that book. It is a fantasy book, and the way it's written could be very confusing. And lo and behold, spoiler alert for my November wrap-up, I ended up loving the book because I feel like I missed a couple of details the last time I did read it physically, but this time I did listen to the audiobook, because sometimes when I find a book confusing, the audiobook really helps me in that sense. So I did listen to the audiobook, and I fell in love with the book. And I'm so happy because I ended up buying the trilogy without even knowing if I was gonna really like it the second time around. So I finally want to jump into The Obelisk Gate, which is book 2.
What's the series called?
In the Broken Earth trilogy, and I'm excited because although I did understand more and I did captivate some more of those details that fell along the cracks, I said fell along the cracks 3 times in this video, although I did get the gist and I was not as confused, the ending still left me confused and curious for book 2, because that's just the way it's written, duh. I'm just super excited to jump into this, to jump back into the world. It is brilliantly written, which is something that I kept hearing from everybody that loved the book, and I just kept saying brilliantly written. I didn't understand anything. Well, now I do. So very excited to jump back in and continue following the characters from book 1. I mean, if we do, I don't even know. But yeah, This is the last and final book that I want to read. As you guys can see, I'm very happy that I'm loving this trilogy now because I felt it in my soul that I was missing something from that book, and I'm glad it got cleared up for me. So those are all the books that I want to read for the month of December. Let me know in the comment section down below what you would like to read. Do you have a TBR set for December? Do you have Christmas books? Do you have Christmas horror books set for December? Let me know everything that you're planning to read. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.